EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. First and 10 now from the 36.
Here we go, set.
And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Throwing is Howell. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Yes, them a look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make them and them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when you get smooth like the skin on my face. Draw figure 8 when we wind up my waist. Bumper and boom, we no need either wait. If you get
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now Howell. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Simmons. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
It's early, but announce a cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Cardinals in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that 2nd catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That's caught. It's Josh Downs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Powell now to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 10, and they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
You look at this Arizona defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Back to throw, Howell.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my whole cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to... They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to your mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No, or an Austin bar is raised. If you know me, know I can bar for days. Nothing to prove.
A good neighbor to nearby downtown Phoenix. We're at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona. Five weeks come and gone, and we're off in Week 6 on EA Sports. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Max Melton who hauled him down there. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you would really break the backs of the defense.
And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
But looky here, you don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing now, Howell. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go.
Trying again, following the sack. Catch is made down the right sideline. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
To the air on 1st down. Howell. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cardinals grab it! Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Throwing now, following the turnover. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Go try and force it into the slant. It's intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
It is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
On first down, they'll run. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. That one finds Josh Downs. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he gets this one to the 49 on a solid pickup. Tackled on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Powell from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third and just 2 to go. Working from the pistol, Howell. Sideline throw reeled in by Downs. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Here's a give up the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Let's go.
They send a man in motion. Going to the ground again on first. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. Howell out of the shotgun. Will the Cardinals get to him here? He's brought down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't a linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. And the shotgun, Howell. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered.
And the Colts will try for three. Out comes their field goal unit. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And we continue to await our opening score of this ballgame.
Goal to go, and to come away with nothing. Zip, zilch, nothing. It's not all on him for missing the kick. He could shoulder the blame with the 11 other guys who couldn't find the end zone on first, second, or even third and goal.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He completes it in traffic. that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Benson on 1st and 10. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here he goes on the bootleg. He rolls to his right. Down the run right, throwing deep down the side. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. It's Benson on the give. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go, sack.
Looking for a throw here. Cut near the goal line. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Now the Cardinals sending out the field goal unit. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they're on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Right there.
Play action here with Howell. Stays in the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And it sets up 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. to throw. Here's Howell. That pass caught by Strange. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Called that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Howell to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. It's the Colts with it on 4th and 10. The Colts ready for the punt. And this will be his first effort of the contest. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And I don't blame anyone for letting that go, but what a wild bounce. It reaches the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
They give on 2nd to Benson. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs?
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They send a tight end in motion. Play action on 1st down. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet, so there's a flag on the field. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Man in motion here. Throwing from the gun here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Here we go, set.
Working inside the red zone. And this is intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love. And the Colts will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 34. Short pass brought in. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Pass play coming here. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. Benson now from the gun. Finds a big lane. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Starting from the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now, Howell. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Broke through the tackle. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. He picks up 16 on the good return. And it'll be Cardinals football. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Ready, go!
And off to Benson to start the drive. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Staying on the ground with Benson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. From midfield now. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
The give now to Benson. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Go!
Benson once more. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Tag!
They've got a man in motion.
18, Pioneer!
Benson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go!
Another try for Benson. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cardinals lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Trey Benson, the touchdown! It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go!
Powell from the gun. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Big gain downfield. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Fits it through the middle. And he's officially in the enemy territory now, and they're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Able to get it to Benson. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Cardinals have it with the lead. Just got to hang on for a little bit longer. First down, ball at the 36. Now an inside give to Benson. Continuing to dig, he's inside the 25. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone, down at the 20. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
From the red zone now. Complete out to the right side. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go, set. Trap 60, trap 60. Panther 11, Panther 11. 70 range, 70 range. Get up.
Goal to go, it's a pass play. Chased out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Colts have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Howell back to throw. And he won't connect on that one. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. And the shotgun, Howell. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Let's go. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Setting up a throw. This throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They send a receiver in motion right. Rolling left, buying some time.
All right, we'll call that one a drop. He escapes, quarterback does. He avoids taking the sack. He's also denied a gain of any kind.
Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal.
Come on, set. Mustang 19.
He'll throw it. Has it in close. Touchdown, Arizona. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cardinals grab it! Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Taking a deep shot here. And he's going to score. It's an Arizona touchdown. Cardinals put up even more points in a win. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals make it a 24-point ball game. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Returnable from the 2. He's got a lane up past the 30. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
To the air on first down, Howell. Completed to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Here's Howell, first and 10. He puts some power on a deep one left. They connect on the deep shot. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. They'll try and punch it in. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now second and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal. Fullback trying to power it across. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's third and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. And he will get into the end zone for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts making the scoreboard look a touch better. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
Now the Colts leaving the offense out there. They're going to try for 2.
Go!
He's throwing for it. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team secures the football. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Back-to-back carries here. He finds some space again. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cardinals continue piling onto this lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Colts trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
Hand off to the back. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Howell now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Come on, set. Ready.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Go.
The give here on 2nd. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Back to the well again. He's got the first and still going past the 30. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Cardinals keep running away with this. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals grow their lead yet again. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals continue adding on to that lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Power squib kick is taken in. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Here we go, set. Six the Eagle.
Plowing up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So the Cardinals pick up the win in this one. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.